Mila here. So today I want to talk about the new wave of traditional heavy metal, and I've been into this scene for a while. I think maybe sometime in the early 2000s. Me just messing around on the computer. I came across, I think the first one was Cauldron, and I've seen a bunch of other kind of bands that are coming out over the years. So I was in on this pretty early, and then of course I started hearing like White Wizard and Enforcer, and just more and more bands coming out sounding like traditional heavy metal, and so I'm a fan of a lot of this stuff. But I would say it really started exploding, like really a lot of bands coming out around 2017, 2018, till now, just exploding with new bands. So many of them that I can't even keep track of how many of them there are, So, some definitely some mentions here, some honorable mentions here. Haunt, Striker, Traveler, Enforcer, White Wizard, Black Viper, some bands that I like. But today I want to talk about my top three. There can only be three. So my top three of new wave of traditional heavy metal, and so my first pick, I'm going to go on to Stallion from Germany, and so they had an EP, then they had an album called Rise and Ride, and this one is really, really fun, and has that 80s vibe going on, and some really cool screams. I really dig the guy's voice, and after that they had two more albums that kept getting heavier and experimenting some more. So let's go to a clip of Wild Stallions so you can take a look. Check out Stallion. Here it is here. Alright, so you just took a look at Stallion. Hope you dug it. One of my favorites. The second band here out of my top three, and these are in no particular order. Sabir, and it's spelled, to me it looks like Sabire. Sabir, they're calling it. And Sabire. So it started just one guy that did everything. His name is Scarlett Monastirsky. And then I think it's Paul Corbin on drums, but Scarlett Monastirsky did everything. He did the vocals, the guitars, the bass, everything except the drums. And they're from Canada, and then they moved to Australia, and then now they have like a touring lineup with another guitarist and a bassist, so that they could play live, and Sabir. They really remind me of a French band from the 80s called Excess, and a lot of people have drawn some comparisons to Wasp, but I would say more. I could see that too, especially Blackie Lawless, but more, I would say, Excess from France back in the day, and just a really great band. They got that EP, Gates Ajar, that's an absolute classic in my opinion, and they came out with a single this year, and hopefully I saw an interview where Scarlett said that he had a whole album's worth of material, and I can't wait for the full length. This is a really great band, has that real classic sound. he was calling it acid metal of the future, but to me it really sounds really 80s. And I just love this band, so check them out. Here's Severe with here's a clip from the video, Rise to the Top. Alright, so check them out. I hope you dig them as much as I do. Alright, so you just watched Severe. I hope you enjoyed it, the clip. And so the last band for today that I'm going to talk about, my top 3 for the new wave of traditional heavy metal, is from Portugal, Midnight Priest. And first they had an EP in Portuguese, and their first album, it was sung in Portuguese. The music is good, but and I had this when it first came out, that first EP off of Storm Spell Records, and I just took a chance on it, and I like the music, but I don't like the singing at all. And I can't say that it's something wrong with the dude's voice or anything. It's just the sound of Portuguese language. I just, for me, I speak a few languages, but I mean, I can speak a little bit of Russian, but I can't hang with metal singing in Russian. I speak Serbo-Croatian. I can't really hang with metal sung in Serbo-Croatian. And then for it to be Portuguese, completely foreign language to me, I think the only foreign singer that I like that sings in a foreign language is the guy from Rammstein. Like, I don't know what he's saying, but it kicks ass. I like that dude, man. I like I don't care what he's saying, I like it. But most of the time, man, I try to listen to some really cool French bands and singing in French metal, and I just couldn't get over the language. And it's the same thing with Midnight Priest. So the first EP and the first album, because of the language, I just couldn't get into it because it's sung in Portuguese. The third album, The Midnight Steel, they got a new singer, Lex Thunder, and to me, this is improved all the way around and sung in English on Midnight Steel, and 100% better. And the singing in English completely fixed all problems that I had with this band. And then their new album, which just came out last year, 2019, Aggressive Hauntings. This to me is a masterpiece, and I think Lex Thunder's voice here is really matured. He kind of sounds like a cross between Halford and King Diamond when they're in their low register. Not the falsetto, not going into the, he has a little tiny little high range, but very tiny high range. Very, very tiny high range. He's not doing no Halford or King Diamond falsettos, but the roughness, the low register of King Diamond, the low register of Halford. Think of that mixed together is what Lex Thunder sounds like on this album, and the stars aligned for me on this album. I think it's a classic, even though it just came out last year. And so this is the one right here, Midnight Priest. So out of my top 3 bands of the new wave of traditional heavy metal, that's it. Severe, Stallion, Midnight Priest. So if you guys haven't heard of these bands, check out a clip. Here's a clip of Midnight Priest, and off the new album, Aggressive Hauntings, song Funeral. I hope you dig it, and check them out. So that's it for today. I'll see you guys next time. New wave of traditional heavy metal. What do you guys think?